Today we're going to talk about deployment of the KCFR Smokey Pack. The Smokey Pack is a progressive lay hose deployment system off of each one of our KCFR brush trucks. The standard order of our operations is going to start with the officer making his way to the rear of the brush truck. The engineer should unclip both of the plastic clips that hold the top flap to the Smokey Pack while he's grabbing the female section of the hose to attach it to the pump. The primary purpose of the firefighter in this situation is to grab the red line, and the firefighter is going to start actively fighting fire at the brush truck. The officer now has the ability to have a free hand to talk on the radio, give a size up, basically have some good scene presence and incident command structure. The red lines are 100 feet, and once the red line is completely deployed, he can drop the bag at this time. The captain is going to attach the female section that is now hanging out of the firefighter's pack to the left side of the gated Y and remain at the gated Y while the firefighter continues to fight fire and create a wet line. The standard order of operations is to have the fire officer stay and wait at the gated Y. Once the gated Y drops from the firefighter's pack, the captain can charge the hose line, make his way up to the firefighter, and rejoin as a crew, and potentially in a great position to take over divisional responsibilities. Once the initial crew has deployed all of their hose out of both of their Smokey packs, the second crew that comes in will attach the open end of the gated Y, and the order of operations will remain the same. We'll start with the officer's pack being deployed first. In this case, it's the engineer who's going to take over the responsibility of actively fighting fire. The first group who deployed will stay at the gated Y and wait to either watch for the gated Y to drop or receive a signal from the second group who's deploying the Smokey Pack to charge their line. Once all the hose has been deployed from the captain's pack on the second group, he will grab the female section of hose coming out of the engineer's pack and attach that to the gated Y that just dropped from his Smokey Pack. Just like the first group, the captain will stay at the gated Y and wait for all the hose to be deployed out of the engineer's pack. After all the hose has been deployed from the engineer's Smokey Pack, the engineer in this case will grab the firefighter's Smokey Pack, attach it to the gated Y that was deployed out of his Smokey Pack, and the order of operations continue. The officer has now had a chance to charge the gated Y he was waiting at. He was watching both his firefighter and engineer work the wet line up to the location where they deployed their packs. The officer has now come up and rejoined the crew and will stay with the firefighter to help facilitate hose management, check the wet line as he's making his way up, pay attention to conditions. The officer's responsibilities are now back to paying attention to smoke and fire conditions and discussing conditions, actions, and needs over the radio. Anytime an individual waits at a gated Y and then makes their way up to a location where they can help facilitate the deployment of the Smokey Pack, they should be paying attention to the patency of the wet line, looking for any spot fires, kicking out any kinks if necessary, and then continuing up the line. If it's noted where the line is either broken from the wet line or there are spot fires that need to be taken care of, the individual can grab any one of the available laterals and extinguish the fire. At this point in the video, we have deployed 5 Smokey Packs for a total lineal feet of 600 feet of firefighting hose. For demonstration purposes, we laid out cones demonstrating a 1 acre fire. We also laid out cones demonstrating a 100 by 100 fire and cones demonstrating a 50 by 50 fire. At this point, through this bird's eye view, we have deployed all 6 of the Smokey Packs, nearly encompassing an entire 1 acre fire, with laterals extending into the interior of the fire covering 100% of the 1 acre fire.